Good morning. I want to take a stroll down memory lane, which isn't that long ago, because there's so much that's going on that people tend to forget things that have recently happened in our lifetime. And I want to talk about the North Dakota Access Pipeline that was put in illegally, and it was started during the Daddy Bush administration, and it was pretty easy for them to um, go through little small towns in other states and get people off the land. Um, but it was very difficult for them to go through the Lakota Indians' land because that was a sacred mound that they had to go underneath. Now, when the Chumpster took office, they only had 40 miles left to go. And of course, the Trumpster said it was going to create jobs and we were going to use our pipe and blah, 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 which we never used any of our pipe. It all, I believe, was made in India. Um, but when they bored that first hole underneath that sacred ground, in California, a sinkhole opened up and a fire truck fell through it, making, a brief moment of headline news. Because that was sacred land that they went under. And it was the first time in our history that nations came together from all around the world to stand with the Lakota people. And it was also the first time that a lot of our veterans were sober because a lot of these veterans went to fight with the Lakota people against the government for doing this because it was going to destroy their water and their land. Um, And so when they came out there to Standing Rock, there was no drugs or alcohol permitted on that reservation. So these people got sober for the first time and realized that they were working for an evil cabal. And of course, you know, people want to say that these people created a lot of garbage and blah, 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 which is not true. They set up a scene just like they always do to make it sound like the people were, you know, heathens, and they were not. But our own military went in there and killed those people. And so when people are talking about these other pipelines that are going in, like the Falcon pipeline, that's probably, and I agree with the Squirrel tribe, that Michelle, that it's probably going to go under East Palestine and go directly to the cracker plant. Now, I live near the cracker plant, and during the whole CV thing, um, that cracker plant was still up and running, and the workers had to be bussed in over an hour, bussed in on big, um, like school buses, tour buses. So they're all close together. All right, so we all know that that whole thing was a bunch of bullshit because it never shut down, and the Chumpster visited that particular spot because all of this ties into their smart cities, to their robots, because they need all this plastic for their robots because they're made out of plastic. They need this plastic for these cars. They need this plastic for this plastic city that they want to put you in. Well, they really don't want you there. They only want the robots there. Um, because they want to do away with the human being because they think they're God, which they're not. But I just wanted to refresh people's memory of land grabs that continually happen because we have a corrupt military, police, judges, lawyers, politicians, because they think they know better than God. They think they know better than the Creator, than Earth, you know. And why are they making everything toxic? Because they don't want you to be able to fend for yourself. They want you to rely on the government. Um, So what nobody really ever talks about is the fact that all of these chemicals and all these floods that have happened, fires, all of that water, it doesn't just stay in East Palestine. It's going to the Gulf of Mexico. It's going to the Atlantic Ocean. It's going everywhere. So the whole world's toxic. And they want to do away with all life, because in these smart cities, you will not be able to have a cat, a dog, a deer, a squirrel, a bird. They'll all be fake. They'll all be plastic. That's why they need that cracker plant, because they're producing a lot of plastic shit. All right, have a good day.